are live here at the Five Seasons Duels here from Cedar Rapids Kennedy High School. Jamie Vaskey, Roger Reed along with you here as we get you set for high school wrestling. West Delaware Hawks, varsity and JV will be in action today as we will have those for you here as the West Delaware varsity team will be taking on Urbandale, and former West Delaware wrestler Mark Klaus as the head coach for Urbandale, as head coach Mike Marino stepping down, I believe, probably trying to get some opportunities to watch his son Michael wrestle at Iowa State University, as Mark Klaus steps in there for the Urbandale Jayhawks, and that's who the West Delaware varsity will be taking on in this first dual meet. The West Delaware JV will be taking on Cedar Rapids Prairie, the Prairie Hawks, and having an impressive season thus far are the Prairie Hawks, as we get you set for action, getting ready to start here at about 9:30. It's 9:34, so running a little behind here this morning, as we're going to start at weight class 126. So right off the bat for the Hawks, we're going to see Sam Phillips as wrestling for Urbandale in that first dual meet. As we'll get you the roster here is 126 pounds. Austin Lamb, a freshman for the Jayhawks, will be up first for Urbandale, and head coach Mark Klaus. Roger Reed along with me today, as always. Is Roger, another exciting tournament upcoming here for this West Delaware wrestling team, as last year had quite a tournament here, as I believe they won this tournament, defeating Alburnett in the finals, or was that the semifinals? I know they defeated Prairie right down here to our right, and defeated Alburnett, and had an impressive tournament here last year. But we're getting set a new season as we are underway in our first match over here to our right, as we're getting set for Sam Phillips taking on Austin Lamb. Roger, good morning to you. We made the trip down, and we're here live on KMCH.com.
Well, you're exactly right, Jamie, and we talked about how on our way down how tough this tournament is, how they beefed it up, and I'll tell you what, West Delaware will have their hands full, both teams. The JV taking on highly ranked Cedar Rapids Prairie. You said it, Jamie, they're having a great season. They won the Independence Tournament last week, and they beat number 5 Lindmar this week in a duel, so they've got it going. Coach Williams has it going.
Down there on the far side, Sam Phillips with a quick takedown on Austin Lamb from Urbandale to put him up 2-0. We'll check the mat over here to our right, as we'll have West Delaware taking on Cedar Rapids Prairie, the West Delaware JV, and that's going to be Owen Ward for the West Delaware JV taking on Chase St. John from Cedar Rapids Prairie, and St. John is in on a early takedown here for the Prairie Hawks.
Jamie, Sam Phillips has got a cradle locked up on Austin Lamb. He's only a freshman. This Jayhawk lineup is very young, only 3 seniors in the lineup versus 10 seniors for the West Delaware Hawks. And there's a foul by Sam Phillips in 1:13, so we'll get the Hawk varsity out to a great start here. And that's what you like to see. You like to see the senior get after the freshman. That was a very nice cradle.
And Owen Ward in on a high crotch attempt, comes up to a single now. He leads it. He trails 2-1 against Chase St. John off the edge of the mat. That'll be a 2-point takedown for Owen Ward, and our official on that mat is from Manchester, Randy Mahoney, Farm Bureau agent out of Manchester, as he's the official down there on that West Delaware JV versus Cedar Rapids Prairie meet. We see former West Delaware Athletic Director Bob Murphy on the mat down here to our right, covering the Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Who's Kennedy taking?
Charles City.
Charles City duel down
over
here.
On the far side, we have Lindmar taking on Waterloo East. So that, I imagine, will be a very short duel for the Lindmar Lions. The West Delaware varsity will have the winner or loser of that duel.
A lot of good teams over here at Cedar Rapids Kennedy. A lot of good teams in the tournament, as The top seed is top of the bracket is Bettendorf taking on Marion. Iowa City West taking on Mason City. Kaukauna, Wisconsin taking on Cedar Rapids, Washington, and the Alburnett Pirates taking on Iowa City City High. And those dual meets are over at Cedar Rapids, Washington High School. And here at Cedar Rapids Kennedy, as Roger mentioned, Linn-Mar taking on Waterloo East, West Delaware taking on Urbandale, Charles City taking on Cedar Rapids Kennedy, and West Delaware JV taking on Cedar Rapids Prairie. Owen Ward with a 3-2 lead on Chase St. John up here in front of us. That match still with 5 seconds left to go in the first period. On the far side, we've got Connor Wickman up for the West Delaware varsity as Connor is taking on Mike Stewart.
And that was a great low single by Connor Wickman. He got right to the laces of Mikey Stewart and set him right to his backside, picked up 2, and that's a great start. We did not see Connor Russell the other night at DeWitt. Not sure why. Okay, yep. He was having some issues with his lower back, so they chose to set him out, which is probably a good decision, so he would be fresh for today. He's got a chicken wing locked up on the right side of Mikey Stewart, and he's trying to dump Stewart to his back. Stewart's trying to find the edge of the mat, and Wickman still has that chicken wing locked up on the right side, and he's trying to crank Stewart to his back. Stewart's up on all fours. Got to be careful right there. Stewart now to a stand-up, but Wickman's going to toss him off the edge of the mat. They're going to get a restart. Jamie, I'm impressed with Owen Ward right now. He's up 3-2, and he's going to pick up a 2-point reversal. There
it is, a 2-point reversal for Owen Ward against Chase St. John. Looking to put the Hawk JV team up early here as it's 5-2. Owen Ward leading here with 1:30 left to go in that first period. So a nice job here by Owen Ward.
And he's trying to set up a farmer, Jamie. He got inside wrist on the right, and he rolled that out to a bar arm. He's got the left arm of St. John across his back. He's trying to set up that farmer. He needs to scoop that arm. Now he's got that arm scoop. Let's see if he can throw St. John to his back. St. John going to his back. Owen Ward chest down, driving on his toes. He's picking up 3 near fall. Let's see if he can get the pin off of it. Boy, that would be a huge start for the JV to pick up a nice win against the Prairie Hawks. Coach Blake Williams, referee looking close. This Owen Ward, he was impressive the other night on the JV level. And let's see if we can get a fall on the edge of the mat. St. John trying to high bridge up, and he high bridges off the edge. Ward's going to pick up a 3-point near fall. Boy, that was picture perfect, Jamie, with that inside wrist, rolled it out to a bar, went around the head, scooped the arm, and pitched St. John to his back. And he just ran out of real estate, couldn't get the fall.
Yeah, he did, and I tell you what, that's a nice job there by Owen, picking up the 3-point near fall. You know, this is, we talked on the way down here, we were kind of speculating on how we thought the Hawks JV would do against Prairie, but I tell you what, Owen Ward off to a good start here, could put the Hawks up early. And there's Connor Wickman with a tilt over there. He's picking up near fall points, not going to get the fall.
Oh, boy, he's got to get 2 out of that.
Nothing?
Wow. Boy, had Mikey Stewart going to his back, and we thought that would be, that was a nice tilt. We thought that would be a 2 for sure. There's a Kelly by Ward, and he's going to pick up a 2-point takedown. 10-4. This Owen Ward is only a freshman, I believe, Jamie.
Sophomore.
And sophomore. Thank you very much. He is tough. Got to be careful here. And St. John. Ward got it, hung his head.
Time.
Ward time. Thank you. Saved by the buzzer right there. 2-point reversal, 3-point near fall.
Ooh.
11-10. Oh, it's 10-10. Wow. But saved by the bell there.
10-9.
10-9. Saved by the, it was 10-4. Now it's 10-9 with Ward still up. Boy, you got saved by the bell there, Jamie. That's what we talked about, hanging that head, and that will get you into trouble.
And, of course, Connor Wickman picking up another takedown over there on Mikey Stewart. Leads that one 4-0 now as they started the second period on their feet as Mikey Stewart comes into this match. He's 2-0 on this young season for Urbandale. Connor Wickman, get his record for you here.
There's a short sit by Stewart. Snap back by Wickman. Let's see if he can scoop the arm. He's got the arm of Stewart scooped, and he's got Stewart on his back. What a great series by Connor Wickman. There's the fall. Great job by Connor Wickman. The Hawks are 2 for 2. 2 matches, 2 pins, and Connor Wickman making it look easy. Owen Ward still out in front of St. John 10-9, and I'm telling you what, he's got the pressure on him right now. He's got that left arm of St. John trapped underneath, and he's applying a lot of pressure trying to set up a cross-face cradle. That's a good position. If you're Owen Ward, that's a great spot to be in right now. St. John now gets his hips back up, and Ward's going to reach back and pick up a near ankle, and he's going to pitch St. John off the mat, and we're going to get a restart. Last time St. John came back to the middle of the mat, he's very slow coming back, and then he just took off like a bandit on the whistle. He gets up very slow right now, 1:16 left to go. If you're Owen Ward, you give up 1, not 2 here. Like to see him not give up any, but get, and there comes St. John on that switch attempt. Ward traps the arm. There's a switch, re-switch by Ward. And Ward's got to put a power half Nelson in. And he's got his hips off to the side. He's going to be in a little bit of trouble. He's got to work his hips up. Maybe we're going to get a stalemate as Ward is squeezing. Ward is pinched on and he's squeezing St. John. Now Ward gets his hips up. Nice job there by the sophomore. And now he's got a cross body ride in, and we're going to get potentially dangerous. Thank you very much. All right, weight class 138. That's Bo Vasky taking on Lachlan Kelly. He's a senior. Urbandale only 3 seniors in their lineup.
And that's going to be a takedown for Kelly and an escape by Vasky. So it's 2-1. Vasky trails. But another shot attempt there by Kelly, and Vasky fights it off. I'll say Kelly this time because I'm letting you handle the. Next name.
Weight class 145. He's on our all-name team, Jamie. Vasky and Lachlan Kelly off the edge of the mat. We're going to get a restart.
And Owen Ward still leads it here, 10-9. 17 seconds left to go in this third period, so Owen Ward has to hang on here.
He's done a great job riding St. John. Just been physical on top. He's got 12 seconds left to go. And I'll tell you what, if you're Owen Ward, you want to keep the pressure on. There's hand control by St. John. A nice bump by Ward. Ward's going to pick up a really nice 10-9 win, Jamie.
Nice job there by Owen Ward. 10-9 victory. That's going to put the Hawks JV up.
Bo Vasky going to his back here, Jamie. Bo Vasky giving up some back points. He's got some work to do to make up on West Delaware JV. Now we have Zach Meyer.
And I think Chase St. John, a JV wrestler for Prairie, he's 10-2 coming into that match, so a good JV record so far for him. And for Owen Ward, you know, he comes in there. Owen Ward coming into the match with no varsity wrestling yet this year, but he's 6-1 on the season, now 1-0 in varsity competition, as Bo Vasky up for West Delaware, as he's 7-0 on this young season here for West Delaware, as he got a couple wins the other night. One was a forfeit, as he's 7-0, and he's taking on Kelly from Urbandale.
And he's down 7-1 right now, Jamie.
Lachlan Kelly, he comes in here. He's 2-0 on the young season. So Urbandale, not a lot of action so far. As I'm not sure how updated this their roster is as far as records, because just 2 matches for a lot of these guys. Up here on the JV mat, West Delaware JV taking on Cedar Rapids Prairie. They lead at 3-0, and it's Zach Meyer up for the Hawks as he's taking on Seth Wintermark from Cedar Rapids Prairie. As Wintermark comes in here on this season as he's 4-5 with varsity experience. Zach Meyer 0-2 on the varsity this year.
Well, we saw Zach Meyer wrestle very, very tough on Thursday night down at DeWitt, so you know, this could be a very, very good match. Bo Vasky has some work to do. Lachlan Kelly up 7-1, 2 takedowns and 3-point near fall for the senior from Urbandale. Vasky has some work to do, and he's in on a single, and they're off the edge of the mat, and Kelly gets up a little bit slow, wrenched his knee just a little bit on the edge of the mat. He gets back up and shakes that out. Vasky doing a great job working the head. Sweep single by Vasky to the left side of Kelly. Kelly in a hard down block, now front headlock by Kelly. 1:02 left to go in the first period. So a lot of points scored by the Urbandale senior in the first minute of this match. Zach Meyer doing a nice job in deep now on a single to the right side of Wennermark. To the left side. He's going to try to cut the corner on Wennermark. He's in on that low single. Wennermark's going to try to kick out of it. Oh, Zach Meyer lost it. Boy, that was a great shot. That was a great shot, and he couldn't hang on to that ankle. And there's Mike Marino over in the corner there, Jamie.
He's listed as an assistant coach.
Okay, so that must give him the freedom to come and go as he pleases. Well, we got blood time as Kelly's got to go to the corner, so let's take the call here for Zach Meyer and Seth Wennermark. Senior Zach Meyer and the junior Seth Wennermark. 11 seconds left to go. Still goose eggs on the board. The West Delaware JV leads this duel. There's a sit-through by Wennermark. Front headlock and a short drag by Wennermark. And he almost had the corner cut on Meyer, and Meyer did a nice job blocking him off. So we're going to go to the second period, no score.
Got a second here. Remind you that West Delaware Wrestling here on KMCH.com. Brought to you by American Trust and Savings Bank in Dyersville and Farley. Simply better baking. That's at www.americantrust.com. Via Field, growing opportunity serving your agronomy, energy, feed, and grain needs in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota. Jay's Auto Super Center in Manchester. Customer satisfaction is their #1 priority. And Delhi Lumber, your authorized Midland overhead doors dealer in Delhi.
Hey, Jamie, what I like about the West Delaware JV right now, they're doing a great job tying up the arms of Cedar Rapids Prairie. And Zach Meyer's doing a great job here. He's over the top now. I don't like him coming over the top. But he's going to try to set up that three-quarter Nelson. We saw him try to do that the other night. And Wennermark's going to bail out of it. Meyer goes back to an inside wrist on the left side. And we've got blood on the mat still down there, so Bo Vasky and Lackland Kelly. That match is still on hold as they clean off the mat. 1:02 left to go. Zach Meyer taking on Seth Wennermark, and Meyer has rode Wennermark for 55 seconds, 1:05 now in this second period. Wennermark chose down. Very heavy ride by Zach Meyer, doing a great job keeping the head and shoulders of Wennermark down and trying to set up a tilt. Zach Meyer's got a tilt, 1,001 count. Let's see if he can set it. There's 1,001. He's got to sit up as Wennermark tries to come out in the scramble. Zach Meyer does a nice job here stopping the scramble by Wennermark, and he picked up a 2-point near fall on the tilt. Now he's got to keep his toe planted in the mat and drive Wennermark over. He's got Wennermark going to his back, and we're going to get potentially dangerous as the wrestlers had their legs intertwined. And boy, you could just see a knee going right there. All right, back to action on the varsity mat now. Kelly and Vasky. And it's going to be a 2-point takedown. 2-point takedown by Kelly. And we got blood one more time. We'll go back to the corner.
And that's the third takedown here for Kelly early in this match. So Bo Vasky's got to find an answer for it here as he trails 9-1. You don't want to give up that major decision. The Hawks lead at 12-0 here as Sam Phillips and Connor Wickman starting off this dual meet with falls for West Delaware. The West Delaware JV, as we mentioned, leading right now 3-0 as Zach Meyer up 2-0 here on Seth Wennermark from Cedar Rapids Prairie. Owen Ward winning 10-9 over Chase St. John in that first duel or that first match. So the Hawks JV leading 3-0 here over the Prairie Hawks.
That was a great match by Owen Ward, Jamie.
That was. You know, coming out here against, and St. John's a very common name associated with good wrestling over the years. You know, look at his older, I'm not sure what the family relation is there, but Hunter St. John, is it Hunter or Skyler wrestling for one of them two?
Hunter or Skyler?
Skyler, family with Derek St. John. They're Skyler's older brother wrestling for the University of Iowa and defending national champ for them.
Is that match over, that dual meet over with Linn-Mar and East? That dual meet is over already.
It is over. There was
must have been about eight forfeits.
3. There was 4 matches, so
wow.
There was 10 forfeits. And the other ones, there was forfeits. Linn-Mar was pinned at 182. Linn-Mar was pinned at 182. They were also pinned at 106. Other than that, it was all forfeits for Linn-Mar, and they won it 72-12.
Well, we're finally into the third period here with Kelly and Vaskey, and there's a 1-point escape by Lackland Kelly from Urbandale.
And Zach Meyer with a 3-0 lead over here on Wintermark. He leads at 3-0 with 27 seconds left to go in this match.
Yeah, and he was in on a great shot there, and he just couldn't get Wintermark's hips to the mat. He was in on a single, then switched over to a double, and got to be careful here. Jamie, there's an underhook by Wintermark on the left side of Zach Meyer, and again, you don't want to get thrown here. You know, you can give up 2, but you can't give up 4 or 5 with a throw. 9 seconds, there's a low single, low shot by Zach Meyer. And 4 seconds left to go, Jamie. The West Delaware JV are going to pick up their second win here. A hard-fought 3-0 win for Zach Meyer. That's a nice job.
That certainly is. Nice job by Zach putting them up 6-0 now as we're going to move up to weight class. Dale Myers coming over to the scores table as we're going to see who we got.
Yeah, Dallin Putz.
That is Dallin Putz. Are we moving to a different weight here? I'm not sure what Dale... If he's questioning something over there, is that we're going to move up to 138. That'll be Dallin Putz for West Delaware.
And we'll see. Back to action. While you get that figured out, Bo Vaskey's got a lot of work to do. 52 seconds left to go, and he's down 10-1. So this Lackland Kelly, very physical. And he's done a great job controlling the head of Bo Vaskey. And got to go back to the corner. This time it's... Lackland Kelly's got that bloody nose. We saw a lot of that the other night at DeWitt. A lot of stoppage. So Jamie, the winner of the West Delaware Varsity in Urbandale will take on Linn-Mar. We kind of figured that out on the way down. Waterloo East and Coach Jay Llewellyn having a difficult time sporting a full lineup here. And I think they had 7 or 8 guys last week at the Bob Murphy invite. I'm not sure where the guys went today, but that's tough to have any success when you've only got 4 matches.
Yeah, it really is. I'm not sure what we got going down here on the table with Dallin Putz as he's getting ready to wrestle.
It's either going to be Josh Wenger or Morgan Hood. We don't know if it's going to be 38 or 45.
I know Wenger was...
Would this be Josh Wenger?
Wenger was hurt earlier in the year, so I'm not sure if he's back now.
He's got a heavily bandaged left elbow. We're assuming this is going to be Josh Wenger from Cedar Rapids Prairie taking on Dallin Putz.
Yep.
Well, 28 seconds left to go. Kelly's got the bleeding stopped again. And Bo Vaskey trying to find something that's going to dent the armor of the senior from Urbandale. Again, very, very physical. And he's just done a great job controlling the head of Vaskey, and Vaskey has not had an answer.
Josh Wenger ranked 4th at 132 pounds in Class 3A. So tough opponent here for Dallin Putz as Wenger in on a front headlock here on Putz. Putz doing a nice job of fighting it off. He's got to come up to his feet, though.
Well, Bo Vaskey needs to get a takedown here, Jamie, but he's not going to happen. It's going to be a 10-1 major decision for Lackland Kelly. And Bo Vaskey a little bit dejected as he leaves the mat. We're going to go up to weight class 145, and Mason Steffen, he'll be taking on Zeljko Kakilovic. How was that?
You say what you want. I'm staying out of this one.
I don't know if we got a foreign exchange student here. This is Zeljko. So we'll see how this pairs out. I know he's short and stocky. This is quite a contrast in builds and styles. Mason Steffen, tall, lean, 145-pounder, and Kalkulovich from Urbandale, very short, stocky.
There's two of them on their roster. There's Jurica and, how'd you say that, Zeliko? He's 1-1, or excuse me, he's 2-0 on the season. So
yeah, well, they can see that. Josh Wenger has Dallin Puts on his back, and Puts on a high bridge. He's going to try to get out of it with 7 seconds left to go. And we'll see if he lives to wrestle another period. Yes, he does. That's a nice job of Puts fighting out of that predicament that he was in. Short and powerful Kalkulovich from Urbandale. And again, he's going right to work on the head of Mason Steffen. And a sweep single by Kalkulovich. A headlock by Steffen. And he's got Kalkulovich on his back momentarily. No back points. And no points at all. Boy, that was a great opportunity for Steffen to hit that headlock, and he just didn't get his hips to the mat. That would have been huge, Jamie.
That would have, kind of put things away, or, just try to take that firepower that we see him come out with, and Kalkulovich come out with, and just put an end to it, but he couldn't do it, and no points awarded. West Delaware leads this dual meet 12-4 right now. After a couple pins from Sam Phillips and Connor Wickman, Bo Vasky losing 10-1, major decision. So the Hawks lead at 12-4. Over here on the JV mat, we've had 2 wins. Owen Ward and Zach Meyer picking up wins for the Hawks as they lead at 6-0 over Cedar Rapids Prairie.
Kalkulovich has a front headlock on Steffen, and he's got Steffen down to the mat on all fours. And Steffen trying to short drag out of it. That's a nice job of Steffen getting his head out. Almost cut the corner on Kalkulovich. And there's a inside single by the junior from Urbandale, and he's going to sit Steffen on his backside and pick up a 2-point takedown. Boy, he just got in deep. Wenger has chicken wing on the right side of Puts, inside wrist on the left, and he's picking up some back points. 50 seconds left to go in the second period. Again, the Hawk JV is up 6-0, but Wenger, there's the fall right there. In one slap of the mat, this duel is going to be tied up at 6s. Wenger's tough.
That he is.
I got Riley Ryan at 145 for the Hawk JV. All right, second period. It's 2-1. Steffen scores an escape as time expires, and we're going back to neutral to start the second period. And Steffen's got to move his feet. And he can't be a sitting target here. He's got to keep those feet going. Again, Kalkulovich doing a great job working the head of Steffen, and then he's attacking that right side with a sweep single, inside single. He's right back in on that single one more time, and he cuts across to a double. He's got Steffen sitting on his backside. Steffen has to bail out, and that's a 2-point takedown. So the same takedown twice in a row by Kalkulovich, and he's up now 4-1 on Mason Steffen. It comes with a collar tie and then pops the head. And we're going to get stalling against Steffen.
Steffen 3-4 on the season. He's lost a couple tough matches the other night. As we move up to weight class 145 on the match in front of us with the West Delaware JV and Cedar Rapids Prairie, we've got Riley Ryan from West Delaware JV taking on Morgan Hood from Cedar Rapids Prairie. And as you just mentioned, the dual meet tied 6 apiece. Owen Ward and Zach Meyer picking up victories. Ward 10-9. Zach Meyer winning 6-0, and Dallin Puts was pinned by 4th-ranked Josh Wenger. And now we're up to weight class 145. Riley Ryan taking on Morgan Hood.
Well, I'd like to see Riley Ryan pick up. There's a fireman's carry by Riley Ryan, and he's got Morgan Hood on his side. And he kept the arm. Let's see if he can turn Hood to his back. He's got Hood cranked over.
Finish it here, Riley.
He's got Hood on his back. This would be huge. Morgan Hood finds himself on his back. And Riley Ryan doing a good job teeing out. Riley Ryan's got a lot of varsity matches in him. Boy, be careful, be careful. And he's going to get 3 back. Got too high. And Hood's going to pick up a 2-point reversal. It's 5-2.
Mason Steffen with a 1-point escape. He trails at 5-2. Here in this second period, 5 seconds left to go. As here's Kalkulovich in on another shot, but the time runs out. It's going to be 5-2 as we head to the third period. It's going to be Steffen's choice. He's going to choose down to start this third period. He trails at 5-2. Riley Ryan leading 5-2 over Morgan Hood from Cedar Rapids Prairie. And Riley Ryan up to his feet. A switch attempt here by Ryan. He's going to pick up a 1-point escape, and he leads at 6-2 here. 5 seconds left to go in the first period.
That was a great job with short time, Jamie. That's a big 1-point escape right there. And 1-point escape by Mason Steffen. It's 5-3. Now he's got to change. He's got to lead with his other leg. Kalkulovich has got 3 singles to the same side, and he's going to snap Steffen down and pick up another 2-point takedown. Very physical. Zeljko Kalkulovich. And he's up 7-3 now with 1:28 left to go. The Hawks jumped out to an early lead of 12-0 with 2 quick falls. And they find the going a little bit tough. There's Riley with the chicken wing on Hood. Let's see if he can turn him to his back. He's got Morgan Hood going to his back. He's picking up back points. 1:38 left to go. He's got plenty of time. He's just got to settle in. Oh, he lost the chicken wing. Rats. Boy, he had the chicken wing and he lost it. He got too high with it. But he's up 9-2. And I'm not sure what these Urbandale guys are doing, Jamie. We got blood again. On deck for the West Delaware Hawks is Tim Tutton. And he'll be taking on Anthony Muse. He's only a sophomore. Very young Urbandale lineup. 3 seniors, 1, 2 juniors, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sophomores, and 3 freshmen in the lineup. So Coach Klaus has, got a good group of young kids. And keep them together, keep them wrestling. Over on the far on the match, another match going on in front of us. It looks like Cedar Rapids Kennedy is ahead 9-8 over the Charles City Comets. All right, back to action we go. Kalkulovich is going to let Steffen up. It's now 8-4. And there's that single again by Steffen. Now body locked by Kalkulovich. And he drops right back in on that single, cuts across to a double. There's another 2-point takedown. Boy, he's got that move down. We talked about that the other night, Jamie, having a go-to move. That's a go-to move right there.
Now, you know, be curious to watch him the rest of the day if he takes on somebody who can stop that move and see if he's got another go-to move. As Steffen hasn't had an answer for it yet, but he's got to get something going here as he's got 32 seconds left and he trails by 5.
Kalkulovich back in on a single, and he's going to slip his head out, cut across to a double, and pick up a 2-point takedown. 1-point escape by Steffen.
Riley Ryan leads it down here 9-3 as we go to the third. It'll be Riley's choice to start the third period here. He's going to choose down. Morgan Hood starts on top. Went for that cradle attempt right away, but Riley Ryan doing a nice job of fighting that off. He leads it 9-3 here. Underway here in this third period, and on the far side, a 14-6.
Another takedown by Kalkulovich, 14-6 major decision. So that gap is going to get closed. 12-8. Hawks with 2 big pins. The Jayhawks come right back with 2 major decisions.
1:20 left to go down here with the West Delaware JV. Riley Ryan now up to his feet. He's got hand control on Morgan Hood. He's got to be careful, get his head up, because Hood keeps reaching for that cradle.
He's going to lock that cradle up.
Keeps reaching for that cradle. Now Riley up to his feet, and he's going to pick up a 1-point escape. So Riley Ryan takes a 10-3 lead now with 1:04 left to go in this third period. Another takedown here for Riley Ryan would be a major decision. So that'd be 4 points for the Hawk JV.
I've been impressed with Riley Ryan so far, Jamie. He's got some varsity experience. moved up a couple weights.
I think that's the deal too, where he's right there in that wrestle off. I think they've had some close matches with him and Mason Steffen, so them two might alternate, going down through here the rest of the year. Over on the far side, as Roger mentioned, Timmy Tutton taking on Anthony Muse from Urbandale. And there's Timmy Tutton with a quick takedown. Nice, like to see the Hawks getting a takedown here.
Tim Tutton needs a win in a big way there, Jamie.
And there's an escape by Muse, so it's 2-1, 1:35 left to go. 26 seconds left to go down here with Riley Ryan and Morgan Hood. And Timmy Tutton in with a body lock, and he's going to slam him down to the mat. That's a 2-point takedown. He's got a finish here. He's got Muse on his back looking for the fall. Our official looking close. Would like to see Timmy Tutton finish this here. You can hear Coach Boss from here, the other side of the gym, yelling tee out to Timmy Tutton. Official looking close as Tutton's going to try to finish it up. He's got the arm in there. Our official counting. Timmy Tutton's going to pick up 3 near fall. He leads it 4-1. And Riley Ryan down here in front of us is going to win the match 10-3. So that's going to put the Hawk JV up 9-6 here as we move up to 152. So Hawk JV doing a great job down here.
Tim Tutton had Anthony Muse on his back, and Jamie, that's where you got to get the fall there. You just have got to lower your hips. You've got to get teed out, and when you got somebody that close to being pinned, you've got to finish the deal. You've got to finish the deal. And now we've got blood stoppage again. Tim Tutton's going to go over to the edge of the mat.
As we move up to weight class 152 down here for the West Delaware JV, as we're going to see Joel Ott take the mat for West Delaware. Joel Ott is a junior for West Delaware.
He's got a tough match here. Is this Trey Blaha?
It might be Trey Blaha.
Trey Blaha. He is highly ranked. Prairie's going to go into the strength of their lineup right here with Blaha, Skylar St. John at 160, Nick Hogan at 170, and Jared Cadena, the hero from the meet the other night. And then you got Jesse Heineck at 195.
Here's Joel Ott with the double leg takedown attempt, but Blaha does a nice job there of fighting that off and spinning around for a 2-point takedown. So this is Trey Blaha from Cedar Rapids Prairie, taking on Joel Ott from West Delaware JV. As it's 9-6 to West Delaware JV, and here's Blaha with Ott on his back, just whipped him over there. Chicken wing on the right side, and here he goes looking for the fall. There it is. 29-second fall for Trey Blaha over Joel Ott, and that's going to make our team score 12-9 now in favor of Cedar Rapids Prairie.
What was nice about that, Jamie, this West Delaware JV is not intimidated at all by the Prairie Hawks. Ott came out there and shot that double with nothing to lose. And that's kind of how you got to wrestle with nothing to lose. All right, Tim Tutton up over Anthony Muse, 7-2. Muse with an escape. Tutton with a takedown. 11 seconds left to go, and now you just got to ride him out. Ride him out, maybe look for a quick 2-point tilt, and keep the pressure on. I think we got Max Ridenauer coming up, taking on Skylar St. John.
Yep.
Stand-up attempt by Muse.
I don't know if they don't have the West Delaware JV in their computer program, because Dale Meyer has to come over before every match and tell them who's wrestling. So I'm not sure what the deal is there, but I mean they're listed here in the program. You would think they'd be on the computer.
Problem is, Jamie, you're not down there running the computer. If you were down there running the computer, it would be everything would be set.
That's right. That's right.
All right, Muse with a 1-point escape. Trey Blaha and Max Ridenauer are going at it right there.
Skylar St. John.
Oh, Skylar St. John, thank you. And Max Ridenauer is going to find himself on his back as St. John hit him with a Kelly, kept the arm. Could be a fall right there. That St. John is tough. There's the fall, 27 seconds. It's going to put the Prairie Hawks up 18-9. 1:14 left to go on the far side. Back to action. Tim Tutton and Anthony Muse. Tutton the senior, Muse the sophomore. 9-3 lead. And this one Tim Tutton has just got to keep the pressure on. Once again, he's got Muse on his back. He's going to step over, and he's going to pick up 2. He's got a Turk. He's got Muse and a Turk.
Heard Coach Voss yell, pin him here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Not going to pin him with this hold, but you're certainly going to pick up 3. He's going to catch the arm. He's got a chicken wing now on the right side, half Nelson on the left. Now he's going to crank Muse over to his back. You got to get the fall right here, Jamie. Referee down looking close. It's awful close.
It's not there yet.
No, it is not. Out in front of us for the West Delaware JV is Brett Roush and Nick Hogan for the Cedar Rapids Prairie Hawks. So we got the Hawks and the Hawks going at it.
Fall here for Tim if you're Timmy Tutton.
They've got 7 seconds left, and he's just got to finish it. There's a good reverse half now. If he can just get his chest up, and that's going to do it. He's going to pick up 3 more.
I like pins. You know, I told you the other night I like to see some major decisions, but I definitely like pins a lot better. As you mentioned, Brett Roush up for the West Delaware JV is Brett Roush taking on Nick Hogan, and that's a 2-point takedown and a 3-point near fall for Hogan here on Brett Roush. And Roush trails at 5-0. Its team score 18-9 in favor of Cedar Rapids Prairie as Owen Ward and Zach Meyer opened up with wins for the Hawks JV. And here's Roush, finds himself on his back again, and there's a fall. 1 minute, 4 seconds for Nick Hogan. As I mentioned, Owen Ward and Zach Meyer picking up decisions. Dallin Putz was pinned by Josh Wenger. Riley Ryan with a 10-3 decision. Trey Blaha, Skylar St. John, and now Nick Hogan picking up falls for Cedar Rapids Prairie as we move up to weight class 182.
Arch your back, Timmy Tutton. There he got the fall. He finally stepped over, put the double spur in on Anthony Muse, and picked up the fall. That's a good win for Tim Tutton. He needed that. The Hawks needed that. They'll go up now 18-8. 3 falls for the West Delaware Hawks. 2 major decisions for the Urbandale Jayhawks.
So that duel will move up to weight class 160 down here. Trying to get things squared away down here again on the JV mat. As we're going to see Caleb Sparks from West Delaware. He'll be taking on Tyler Pasker from Cedar Rapids Prairie. As Pasker on this season comes into this match, he is 7-1 on JV this year, as Caleb Sparks has wrestled JV as well so far this season, and he is 5-2. Oh, Jake Voss is up.
Jake Voss is taking on Justin Pack. He's a sophomore for Urbandale, and Voss had Pack on his back. There's a drive cradle. Drive cradle by our Cedar Rapids Prairie Hawk. This will be Jared Cadena.
Nope, Tyler Pasker.
Tyler Pasker, sorry, thank you. You said that already. I wasn't listening. Tyler Pasker.
Another takedown down there by Jake Voss as he had a 2-point takedown, 3-point near fall. Gave up an escape to Justin Pack. And another takedown for Jake Voss makes the score 7-1. Minute left to go in the first period. The Hawks lead it 18-8 over Urbandale. And Caleb Sparks finds himself on his back once again against Pasker. And now a reverse half Nelson by Pasker. He's looking to get the fall here. 35 seconds left to go in this first period as Sparks doing a nice job of fighting here.
There's
Not
a fall.
giving up.
There's a fall by Jake Voss in 125. So far the Hawks have 4 wins, 4 pins. And I'll tell you what, in a tournament like this, those bonus points are huge.
I think we found that out last year in some of those dual meets once they got up to the upper weights, and the Hawks got those falls from Reth, Brookhammer, and Goebel. You know, that got us back into some duels where we were losing early in the meet. So, you know, a nice job there by Jake Voss. And here we go. Brent Lammers is going to be up next as he's going to take on Cody Pearson at 170 pounds. As Pearson comes in here, Pearson comes into this match. He's 0-2 on the season. Lammers 2 big wins the other night. He's 4-0 on the season. 3-1 on the season. Just 4 matches as he upset 2 ranked wrestlers last week, or this last Thursday, as he defeated Trey Ryan and Drew Schrader. Ryan ranked 2nd in the state, defending state runner-up, and Schrader ranked number 8. So Lammers with a good night the other night. He's got a takedown here early in this match. Should be 2-0. It says 3-0 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, that was 2 of the best matches that we've seen in this early season by Brent Lammers. Well, overall. And he's got it going right now. We'll see if he can keep the momentum going through the course of today. Short sit out by Tyler Pasker, and he's going to score a 1-point escape as he splits the hands and gets back to his feet. There's a low single, and he's going to pick up a 2-point takedown. And on top now is Pasker working a half Nelson on the right side, an inside wrist on the left. I'm telling you what, when they get that series in, it's all about going forward. And Tyler Pasker could pick up a fall here over Brett Roush. And they're trying to make it 3 falls in a row also. Jake Foss up 2-0, Brett Lammers up 2-0, and he's working a tilt. Let's see if he can score the tilt here, score the points off the tilt. He's got a ball and chain. Now he's got 1,000, 1,002. He's going to pick up 2. He's going to pick up 3 out of the tilt. Not going to pick up the fall, but he's going to pick up 3. That's just a very, very nice tilt. Now you got to be ready for the scramble. As Cody Pearson tried to roll out of it. There's the fall right there, Jamie. So Tyler Pasker will win by a fall. And it's 30-9. So tough match right there. Tyler Pasker winning by a fall. 14 seconds left to go in the first period. It's 5-0 lead for Brent Lammers as he is up on top, riding the inside wrist. Trying to set up that ball and chain one more time. He's on the inside wrist on the right side, trying to thread it through the legs of Cody Pearson, and that's going to do it. First period over. It's going to be Pearson's choice. He's going to go neutral. And we'll see if Brett Lammers can get right back in on that low single. He's got a really good high crotch, low single attack to the left side. And that's going to be a 4-foot, Jamie, by Sea Rapids Prairie's Jared Cadena at 182. We're going to go up to 220. And for the West Delaware Hawk JV, it's going to be Nate Burns. And he's going to take on, it appears to be Jonah Manson. Jonah Manson or Corey Meyer. We'll kind of find out here. Got a varsity singlet on, so wouldn't be a bit surprised if this is Jonah Manson. Brett Lammers in an
Jonah Manson, yep.
Brett Lammers in an over and under. I'm not sure if that's kind of where you want to be there, Jamie. For Brett Lammers, that's exactly where you want to be as he lateral drops Cody Pearson. At the same time, Jonah Manson lateral drops Nate Burns. And Burns is going to find himself in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to roll through. Jonah Manson will pick up a 3-point near fall, 5-0. How often does that happen? We say, I'm not sure that that's where they want to be, and boom.
Maybe we should start saying it more often.
We should. You know, we haven't generally don't see Brett Lammers in that position, but he felt the pressure and knew where to throw it, knew when to throw it. If he'd had a little bit more mat space, he might have picked up the fall. It's 7-1 right now with 34 seconds left to go in the second period. The Hawks are leading this duel 24-8, courtesy of 4 pins. 4 wins by pin. And the Jayhawks have 2 wins by major decision, so all the matches have ended with bonus points.
And that's an escape there by Pearson and another takedown by Lammers. So Lammers is going to pick up another takedown here, his 3rd of the match. So nice job there by Brent Lammers.
And there's the fall right there, 3:54. Jonah Manson will pick up a fall in 1:38 over Nate Burns at 2:20. Now we're going up to 285. It's Colin Weber for the West Delaware Hawks, and he'll be taking on Colton Sickles for the Cedar Rapids Prairie Hawks. Got the Urbandale Jayhawks, the West Delaware Hawks, the Cedar Rapids Prairie Hawks. All right, Corey Russell to the mat, taking on Daddy Mansoray. There's another short, stocky Urbandale Jayhawk wrestler. This guy can't be much taller than about 5'6", 5'7", but 182 pounds. Just a baby bulldog out there. So we'll see if Corey Russell can use a little bit of that explosiveness and quickness to get after it. Front headlock by Mansoray, and Russell's going to try to control that elbow and short drag out of it, and he does. That's a nice job. Again, the Jayhawks working the head on the West Delaware Hawks. We've seen that several times already today. Want to just get a hold of that head and bring it right down to the mat, to that front headlock, or use that as a setup to a low single. Mansoray now with an overhook on the right side of Russell. Russell blocking off and backing out, and he's going to get called for stalling. So we have to circle back in. And Russell does a nice job circle back in. Mansoray, just a lot of, well, I'll tell you what, it's hard to get underneath that. But Corey Russell underneath, and he's going to drive Mansoray off the edge of the mat, and he couldn't get under that 5'6" frame of Mansoray. I'll tell you what, that is a short, compact wrestler at 182 pounds. So hard to dent that. Hard to get under, hard to lower your level far enough, Jamie, to get under that.
Well, it is, and, that's something Corey Russell, but, Corey Russell's not a big 182-pounder himself, so a good opportunity here for him. Wrestle someone maybe his own height, but I tell you what, a lot bigger. The weight definitely is Mansoray, definitely tops that 182-pound scale.
Russell gets dinged for stalling, Jamie, and I don't like that call at all because, Mansoray is just, that's going to be a 2-point takedown by Mansoray. Mansoray, all he was doing was he was just locking onto the shoulders and pushing. Looked like he was drive football blocking there. And, I'm not sure what a referee expected Corey Russell to do in that situation. You can't just shoot a shot there. And Mansoray's got Russell locked up as Russell came to a stand-up, and again Mansoray pushes Russell off the edge. 285-pounders going at it. 285-pounders going at it, and there's Corey Russell with a front headlock, but I'm telling you what, he can't get Mansoray down to the mat with it. 3-1 is our score. A takedown and a stalling point by Mansoray, and a 1-point escape by Russell. And we're going to go to the second period. The Hawks are up 30-8. And Coach Voss is telling Corey Russell to choose down. Again, Linmar, not much work there, defeating Waterloo East. And Charles City now over Cedar Rapids Kennedy, 35-9. There's a 1-point escape by Russell. It's now 3-2. Out in front of us on the JV match, Colin Weber taking on Colton Sickles. And Weber doing a nice job. He's a sophomore. And he's doing a nice job with inside position. No points left. Yet Sickles trying to bull rush trying to bull rush Weber. Weber's doing a nice job holding his ground. Now Russell applying a little pressure to Mansoray and driving Mansoray off the edge of the mat. There's Weber trying to throw Sickles with the headlock. That's 2 and 2. Weber got a takedown. There's Russell in on that single. He drives Mansoray out. How about a stalling against Mansoray now for backing up? We saw the conditioning of Corey Russell. Sorry about that. We saw the conditioning of Corey Russell the other night on Thursday win that match in the third period against a very good Chase Cracklio from DeWitt. We'll see if that conditioning pays dividends here. Once again, there's Mansoray. He's just got a collar tie and he's just driving. He's just hanging on. He's just driving Corey Russell in a straight line back. Corey Russell now with an underhook on the left side of Mansoray. That's a better job by Russell. He's working Mansoray now to the edge of the mat. He's got to get Mansoray off his head. Mansoray just latched on to that collar tie, wasting some time here in the second period.
And over here we're 2-2 with Colin Weber from West Delaware and Sickles from Prairie. Weber's got him on his back. 1:36 left to go in this second period. As Weber's got him on his back.
Oh, that's a fall, Jamie. He had the fall. Boy, get up on top.
Get his hips
get up on top. That a boy. Reverse half Nelson.
That's a fall right there. There it is, right there. A fall for Colin Weber at heavyweight. And the West Delaware JV makes the score now 42-15. A nice job there by Colin Weber.
Oh, you like to see that. And Colin Sickles was trying to play the bully that first period, pushing Weber all over the place. And there's a 2-point reversal by Mansoray to start the third period. Corey Russell now down 7-5. And we'll see what Corey Russell, he's in this match. See what happens here. 1:33 left to go, 7-5. Russell trying to get back to his feet, and he does. That's a 1-point escape. Now he's got to find a way to take Mansoray down. And I think that's just going to be now using his quickness and explosiveness. Mansoray gets up a little bit tired. Russell's going to have to go back to working that head, snapping, and getting Mansoray leaning forward. And I think he could hit him with a sweep single. Mansoray right back to that collar tie, pushing and shoving Russell. Russell's got to do a good job at circling in, and that's a better job. Got to circle in. 30-8 is our dual meet score here. We started at weight class 126 at Sam Phillips. Our next duel will start at, we'll move up a weight and start at 132. All right, must be weight class 113 on the JV mat,
yep,
Jamie.
The Hawks forfeited at 106, making the team score 48-15.
40 seconds left to go. Corey Russell's got to get going here, Jamie. He needs 2 points in the worst way. And they're stalling against Russell again.
Coach Voss not happy about
No,
that.
not at all. Not at all. And, well, that was questionable at best. Mansoray just pushing. Just pushing Corey Russell. Russell's got to get going here. He's got 19 seconds. 2-point takedown ties it. And we send it into overtime, but he's got to get going. 15 seconds left to go. Mansoray locked up in that collar tie one more time, just hanging on to the head of Corey Russell. 9 seconds left to go. I'm not sure Corey Russell knows how much time's left to go in the match. 4 seconds left to go, and Russell's not going to shoot on Mansoray. That's going to do it 8-6. Wow. 2 stalling points was the difference in that match. Corey Russell was going to lose a hard-fought 8-6 decision to Dady Mansoray, the senior, one of the 3 seniors from the Urbandale Jayhawks.
I think it was 8-5.
Was it 8-5? That 8-6 on the board.
Yeah.
Out in front of us now, Dylan Kleinschmidt taking on Brad Roush. Kleinschmidt, a sophomore for Cedar Rapids Prairie. Roush, a freshman. And Kleinschmidt has Roush on his back. Prairie could record a fall here. On the far end, we've got Scotty Taylor at 195 taking on Alex Newberg for Urbandale. The Hawks up 30-11 with Scott Taylor, Will Winger, Richard Heverin. Got about 5 matches left. Scott Taylor taking on Alex Newberg. Newberg in on a single, and they go off the edge of the mat. And Scott Taylor is going to have to circle. Again, Urbandale really working the head of the West Delaware Hawks. Boy, they're tying up and just really pulling that down. The matches that the West Delaware Hawks have lost, Jamie, they haven't been able to, they've let Urbandale control their head. And it's tough to win a match when you let somebody control your head.
Yeah, it is, and we saw that in the last match with Coy Russell. He just wasn't able to penetrate and really do what he wanted to do against Mansoray. So, Scott Taylor's got to come out here and he's got to pound. You just got to pound on that head a little bit and get in there and take your chances.
Well, you're right, and the Hawks need to get a win here. Kleinschmidt has Roush on his back in our JV match. The Cedar Rapids Prairie, there's the fall by Kleinschmidt. And 54-15. There's a double leg takedown, and Alex Newberg will pick up 2 on Scott Taylor. So Taylor will have some work left here. 29 seconds left to go, and there's a switch attempt by Taylor. Newberg tries to step over, and that's going to be a 1-point escape by Scott Taylor. That's a nice series from underneath. 2-1 now is your score. Weight class 195. If you're just joining us, we appreciate that. 14 seconds left to go. Period number 1. The Hawks are up 30-11 over the Urbandale Jayhawks. First round of the 5 seasons duels. We are at Cedar Rapids Prairie. The other 8 schools are at Cedar Rapids, Washington. We'll go through a couple rounds here, and then they'll start playing switcheroo. And the finals are at the Washington Gym today. Last year they were right here, I believe. So we'll see what happens here. Again, Linn-Mar winning the first duel over Waterloo East, so the winner of the West Delaware Hawks and the Urbandale Jayhawks will take on Linn-Mar in the next round. I believe in the JV match now we are at weight class 120.
Yep, last match.
Jordan Roush taking on Sam Utoff. And it could be a fall here.
Yeah, Utoff's pretty tough.
Yes, he is tough. He's got an inside wrist on the right, a half Nelson on the left.
Utoff's ranked 4th in the state in Class 3A, so tough opponent here for Jordan Roush.
So it's a 2-point near fall.
Excuse me, this is Casey Hogan.
This is Casey Hogan.
At 120 pounds.
All right.
It's 3-1 down there on the far side. Scott Taylor trails it against Newberg, and there's the fall for Casey Hogan, and that's going to do it for that dual meet. 60-15, the West Delaware JV is going to lose to Prairie.
Well, Jamie, the West Delaware JV Hawks impressed with their fight, not intimidated, taking on a very, very good Prairie Hawk team. Again, Prairie choosing to rest some of their stars, but regardless, the JV Hawks doing a nice job. Scott Taylor down 3-1. Now this is a winnable match. Taylor, the senior for West Delaware, taking on the sophomore. Scott Taylor's got to get going on his feet. Right now, no offense from Taylor. No offense from Taylor at all to start here. Just a lot of pushing, pulling, a lot of shoving going on. And now there's Newberg drops in on a double. Taylor with the hard crossface, and he's going to give up another 2-point takedown. Boy, did not get on his toes, did not drop his laces to the mat, did not down block at all. Newberg stayed in on that double. And again, you got to be ready for that shot, Jamie. You got to get those hips down and away and stuff that head or crossface.
Yeah, you do. And you know, I tell you what, the upper weights here for the Hawks these last couple matches have not been gone well for the Hawks. You know, Coy Russell had a tough opponent, and Manzare and now Scott Taylor against Newberg are just really struggling to get their offense going against these two kids.
Well, Scott Taylor now is going to try to pick up a standing switch, and there's a 2-point reversal. It's now 5-3 with 1:48 left to go in the match. So Scott Taylor gets right up, back to the middle, and Newberg slow to get back to the middle. So see if Scott Taylor can lock up that crossface cradle. He doesn't want Newberg to get to his feet and give him one. He's got a really good crossface cradle if he can lock it up. Hard chop, tight waist with the right hand. Chops that left arm. And he's trying to set up that crossface cradle. He's on the left side, hard crossface from left to right. And Newberg doing a nice job with hand control. Taylor's going to have to break him down. Taylor steps over that left leg, and Newberg comes to a tripod stand-up. Taylor gets too high, and Newberg's going to pick up a 1-point escape, making it 6-3 with a minute left. So Scott Taylor needs to get going here, needs to sense some urgency as Newberg is shoving Taylor off the edge of the mat. All right, back to action we go. 57 seconds left to go. And again, Newberg just content to hang on. You know, he's up by 3. He's going to burn some clock. Taylor's got to sense some urgency here, and he's not sensing any urgency whatsoever. Newberg slow to get back to the mat. Taylor hustles back. I'll tell you what, he's got to get that hustling going when the whistle goes. Short drag attempt by Taylor to an outside single, and Newberg just walks out of it. Warning now on warning on Scott Taylor. He's been doing all the action so far, at least all the pushing. And there's a high crotch by Newberg. And 25 seconds left to go. There's the whistle. 20 seconds left to go. 6-3 in favor of the sophomore Alex Newberg. We're going to go to Will Wenger at 2:20. And 11 seconds left to go. Taylor has not taken a shot. And that's how this match is going to end. There's finally a low shot by Taylor and a quarter Nelson by Newberg. No points there. Again, Jamie, that was just a straight-in low shot. You got to kind of create an angle if you're Scott Taylor there. Set some urgency, and Scott Taylor goes down 6-3, so it's going to be 30-14 now in favor of the West Delaware Hawks.
Yeah, you know, that's a tough loss. You know, the Hawks have got to try to right the ship here. I tell you what, because it hasn't looked good here in these last couple matches.
Well, weight class 120, it's Nuri Bohak for Urbandale taking on Will Wenger. 30-14 with 1, 2, 3, 4 matches left to go. So mathematically, that was a nice throw by.
5 matches left.
5 matches to go.
Yep. Counting this one.
Oh, thank you very much. That was a nice throw by Will Wenger, and he picks up 2 over Nuri Bohak. And he's got a power half Nelson on the right side. And Will Wenger, this could be the match that the Hawks need to get the Mo back on their side. Inside wrist by Will Wenger on the left side. He's going to try to roll it out. He's going to get stalling immediately on Bohak. Wow. I don't know about that, Jamie. Will Wenger had an inside wrist, but he'll take it. Oh, he left that bar. He's got a power half Nelson. And he steps over. He's got Bohike going to his back. Will Winger is in a great position right there. There's the fall.
1 minute.
That's just what the doctor ordered right there. Will Winger get the job done over the junior from Urbandale, Nuri Bohike. That's going to put the Hawks up 36-14. Now with 4 matches left. So again, the Hawks need one more win to salt this thing away. We'll see if Richie Heverin can get the job done against Jake Heinrich. Now here's contrasting body builds here. Richie Heverin, short, stocky, 285-pounder against a very tall Jake Heinrich. We'll see if Richie can keep his momentum going. A nice win the other night and a forfeit. Heinrich with the front headlock on Heverin. Heverin's going to back out of it and get back to his feet. Over and under now by Heinrich. Looks like he's trying to set up a throw on Heverin. Heverin's got to keep that pressure back and sag, and he does. That's a good job by the senior from West Delaware. And pummel position by Heinrich, trying to get that height underneath Heverin. Boy, Heverin, Jamie, if he could throw that headlock right now, come over the top. He's got that left arm or right arm of Heinrich pinched.
He's getting a lot of forward pressure from Heinrich, too. So I tell you what, we're talking about matchups coming up and how good this tournament is. Kaukauna, Wisconsin, ranked #1 in the state in Division I in Wisconsin. I don't know what the classes are like or what their Division I is compared to our Class 3A or 2A, but they're ranked #1, and they're going to take on top-ranked in Class 1A, Alburnett. In the next duel is Alburnett defeated Iowa City High 60-18. Kaukauna defeated Cedar Rapids, Washington 72-7. So that'll be a heck of a matchup there between Kaukauna and Alburnett. Probably see quite a few good matchups in there as well.
On the top side of that's Bettendorf, I believe.
138.
All right, 24 seconds left to go. 0-0. Jake Heinrich from Urbandale and Rich Heverin from West Delaware. Heinrich has tried to come with that over and under, but Heverin's done a nice job blocking him off. 8 seconds left to go, period 1. The other duel over as Charles City defeats the host Kennedy Cougars by a big score. I didn't get the final score on that, so let's check that out. West Delaware JV will now take on Cedar Rapids Kennedy, and that will be that's going to be an interesting duel, Jamie.
55-15.
55-15. So Heinrich's going to go down on Heverin. Comes right to a stand-up, and Heverin locked around the waist, and he lifted Heinrich up off the mat. Shows a little bit of strength right there. And now Heinrich splits the hands of Heverin to pick up a 1-point escape. Boy, Richie Heverin got underneath the hips of Heinrich, showed a little strength there, and lifted Heinrich off and then took him back down to the mat. There's Heinrich coming right back to that double underhook. Jamie, you got to go in that wrestling room and show Heverin that headlock from that position. He could just, right now, if he hit that headlock, I'm telling you what, Heinrich's feet would go to the rafters. Richie Heverin, Heinrich's coming to the underhook, overhook, and I'm telling you what, he's giving straight line pressure. There's Richie Heverin, drops in on a single, and Heinrich tries to come to a front headlock, and Heverin backs out of it. Showing a little bit of quickness there is Richie Heverin. There's a double underhook again by Heinrich. There's that out. Jamie.
What did you
Jamie. Heverin's got Heinrich on his back. Let's see if he can tee out. That's the fall. Oh, boy. Boy, tee out, Rich Heverin. Lock that leg in. Wow. That was a one-arm headlock. He didn't get the other arm, but he hit him with it. And he picked up a 5-point move right there. Well, I'm telling you what, our official had called faster falls during the course of this tournament. Didn't quite get it right there. That would have been huge for Richie Heverin. They're stalling.
Locked hands. Stalling and locked hands.
Stalling and locked hands. Wow. And that's a 2-point move by Heinrich. It's 5-3 right now. Should be 5-3 in favor of Heinrich with 2 seconds left to go. And let's see, it's going to be Heveron's choice. He's going to go down. Now, I'm not sure if Richie Heveron wanted to go down there, Jamie. He just kind of looked at Coach Voss. Had to think about that for a minute.
They've got 6-3 on the scoreboard, but.
Well, he got locked hands. That's a penalty and escape, so it's 5-3.
No, there's 5. They had 6 on the scoreboard before.
I think they gave the penalty point to Heveron instead of to Heinrich. All right, Heveron set. Heinrich up on top. Boy, he can't sit. And Heveron comes right to that stand-up. Let's see if he can pick up one. And there's a 1-point escape. Now it's 6. Now it's 6-3. And again, Heveron's been called for stalling, which I don't understand at all. There's that double overhook now by Heinrich. And Heveron's got that head in, blocking Heinrich off. If you're Richie Heveron right now, you got to work inside. Maybe a throw by. Get inside, pummel position, battle. You can't back up. You got to circle. You can't let Heinrich push you in a straight line off the edge of the mat. This referee, Heveron's got to circle in. Heveron and Heinrich. 1:16 left to go. The Hawks up 36-14. Richie Heveron up 6-3. Nice job. Heveron tries to drop in on a single. Got to be careful right here. Heinrich trying to back trip Heveron.
Get your hips.
Oh, Richie Heveron showing some strength there, Jamie. Strength and balance. Heinrich trying to back trip. I'll tell you what, that was some balance there and some strength to get out of that. Heinrich had Heveron going to his back, and Heveron felt that. And again, that's that. He's just getting better every match.
Oh, he is, and you could tell that. And he just the way he comes out, and he's really improved in the first week and a half of this season. And it's fun to watch. You know, sometimes. Oh my goodness! Another stalling call against Richie Heveron.
6-4 now. 25 seconds left to go.
This guy's called a lot of them.
Yeah, early.
I don't understand that.
I don't either. And early in some different positions.
He must be grumpy today.
He got up on the wrong side of the bed. How can you get up on the wrong side of the bed when you got a Saturday full of outstanding wrestling?
I'm not sure who that. Can you tell who that is?
The official? Yeah, I know exactly who that is.
I think I know who it is now too.
Snap him down, Richie. Cut the corner. Hey, that's a great match right there. 6-4. Solid match. West Delaware will advance. That cinches it for the Hawks. They will advance and take on the Linn-Mar Lions in the quarterfinal round match. And that will be right here. That will be right here in this gym. So I'm not sure how long a break they will take after this, but we've got a couple more matches here. We've got a couple more matches here. Weight class 106. And it looks like Jackson Smith will pick up a forefoot at 106. And he does. So that's going to make it 39 to 20 in our dual meet score. Jackson Smith, the freshman from Urbandale. And that's going to send us up to weight class 113, Patrick Woods. While we wait for Patrick Woods to come to the mat, looks like Patrick Woods is going to pick up a forefoot. Patrick Woods is going to pick up a forefoot. So we may be over pretty quickly here. That's going to make the score 45 to 20. And Logan Riley and Austin Forkpaw. We'll see if we get this match underway. While they check in at the score table, I'd like to thank Community Savings Bank with locations in Manchester, Edgewood, Greeley, Dyersville, Earlville, Cedar Rapids, and Robbins, member FDIC. Manchester Press, the official newspaper of Delaware County, for all your local and Delaware County news. Regional Medical Center, excellence in healthcare, close to home. And Logan Riley is going to win by a forfeit. So that's going to make the score 51-20. And the West Delaware Hawks will advance to take on the Linn-Mar Lions in what has turned out to be a friendly rivalry between head coach Jeff Voss and Lions head coach Doug Stryker. And we'll see which match they're going to progress to. Linn-Mar over Waterloo East, Charles City over Cedar Rapids Kennedy, Cedar Rapids Prairie over the West Delaware JV. So on the backside of this bracket will be the West Delaware JV taking on the host Cougars, and the Urbandale Jayhawks will be taking on Waterloo East. So what happens here, this is the quarterfinal round match. Let's check this out. The winners of this match will go to the front side, will stay on the front side. The loser of this quarterfinal round match will end up wrestling for 5th and 6th place. So not sure what's going to take place here. Well, let's recap this very quickly for you. If you're just joining us, the West Delaware JV losing to the Cedar Rapids Prairie Varsity by a score of 60-15. Charles City beating Cedar Rapids Kennedy 55-15. West Delaware Varsity beating Urbandale Jayhawks 51-20. And Linn-Mar over Waterloo East by a score of 72-12. On the top half of the bracket, Bettendorf beats Marion 68-10. We're not sure on the Iowa City West Mason City score yet, but Kaukauna, Wisconsin over Cedar Rapids, Washington 72-7, and Alburnett over the Iowa City Hawks by a score of 60-18. So that's 8 very fine schools on the front side of this bracket, wrestling powers. So very good, very interesting quarterfinal round duels there. Well, let's recap the West Delaware varsity duel here while we've got a few minutes. So we started at weight class 126, where Sam Phillips wasted little time with a takedown and a win by a fall in 113 to make the score 6-0. Weight class 132, Connor Wickman back into the lineup, 2 takedowns, and winning by a fall over Mikey Stewart, making the score after 2, 12-0 in favor of the West Delaware Hawks. Weight class 138, Bo Vasky running into a very good Lackland Kelly, the senior from Urbandale. Kelly winning by a major decision, 10-1 over Vasky, making the score 12-4. Weight class 145, Mason Steffen also running into a very tough Zelko Kalkulovic. Kalkulovic used 5 takedowns to beat Steffen by major decision 14-6, making the score after 4 matches 12-8 in favor of the West Delaware Hawks. Weight class 152, Tim Tutton, 2 takedowns, winning by a fall in 4:15 over Anthony Muse, 18-8. At weight class 160, top-ranked Jake Voss, winning by a fall in 125 over Justin Pack, making the score 24-8. That fall was in 125. Weight class 160, Brett Lammers for West Delaware, 3 takedowns, winning by a fall in 354 over Cody Pearson, making the score 30-8. Weight class 182, Coy Russell taking on a very tough Dady Mansoray. Mansoray using 2 takedowns and 2 stalling calls to win by a score of 8-6, making the duel 30-11. Weight class 195, Scott Taylor losing a very tough 6-3 decision to Alex Newberg. The score was 30-14. Weight class 220, Will Wenger winning by a fall in 1 minute over Nuri Bohike, giving the Hawks 6, making the score 36-14 after weight class 220. Weight class 285, a very, very exciting match. Richie Heverin winning 6-4. Making it 39-14, and then Jackson Smith for Urbandale winning by a forfeit. That gave the Jayhawks 6, making it 39-20. Patrick Woods winning by a forfeit, making it 45-20, and Logan Riley winning by a forfeit, making it 51-20. So the Hawks will advance. Jamie, they're going to go right into this next duel. So let's take a short break here, and we'll get our lineup set, and we'll be right back with you. Stay with us.